What's going on? It's the RapNerd. I'm here today to talk about a new horror movie that you may have never heard of called Jester 2. This is also a sequel to 2023's The Jester, and to take it further back, The Jester has about 3 or 4 chapters of short films on YouTube, and you can watch those now for free. And that's really why I'm talking about this. I want to do my best to support indie filmmaking if I can, especially something like this that I've been watching for a long time. And it's so cool to see this character start in such a small place like a short film and graduate to being in its second film. And I hope we get a third one, because at this point it's a franchise. Again, you got 3 short films and now you have 2 feature-length films. Sounds like a franchise to me, and I'm going to classify it as that, just to big up the writer and director. And as I mentioned, this is a sequel to 2023's The Jester, and the movie is about a person who has a jester mask on with an orange suit, who shows up on Halloween in mime kind of format, and he's playing really cruel and deadly jokes that end up killing people. And that's the cool thing about this movie, is it elevated what they have been building on this entire time and keep on making creative kills, because the Jester is pretty much a magician in a sense, and I never really thought about that until watching this movie. So you don't have to watch the first Jester, you can watch this on its own and be fine. So in this movie we follow a girl who is on the route to be a magician herself, and it's Halloween, so you can imagine she really wants to show off the things that she's learned, but she is a bit self-conscious because she's looked at as kind of nerdy, and she just isn't as great in her craft as she wants to be. So again, she's very self-conscious. The Jester gets a look at her and starts to follow her around for reasons that I don't want to get into because it goes in spoiler territory. And again, it takes place on Halloween night. Now, this is the first time out of all of these films where they actually expound upon a lore of the Jester, what he can do, why he can do it, and why he returns every Halloween. I think that that's pretty dang cool, because they're building mythology around the character, and I feel like once you build myth in horror, you can just keep going different places, add new ideas to the lore, and going down different avenues to keep the property alive. And I would love to see a third one based off of what they presented here. And I feel like it's kind of a version of a villain that's untapped. You know, we've seen clowns before. Of course, you got Art, you got Pennywise, which are the main 2 that people really speak about. But here, you have a clown that feeds into the idea of being a magician, and I don't think that that's been exploited in the matter of horror. And I think they do it a really good way in this movie, because you could think about magicians and the kind of things and tricks that they do. Just imagine an R-rated horror spin on it, and it can get crazy. And with it being a sequel, they definitely pumped everything up. It is a whole lot more ambitious, and it's a lot bigger and bolder than the first one. They even make a change to the Jester's mask that makes it just that much more sadistic and scary looking, because in the other designs he's literally just wearing a white mask. But I appreciate the added detail to make it look like the mask is like burned onto his face, and it just makes it even more strange. And I thought that was a nice additive to the character. And for this to be a low budget movie, it is a great looking film. I really like all of the special effects that they use in the movie. I don't think that there's too much CGI that I could see personally. I just watched it, but nothing stuck out to me like, oh, this is terrible CGI. For the most part, everything is in camera, and they use a lot of nice camera tricks to bring the magician aspects to life and make it feel more tangible. And what I can say as well about the Jester is, of all the films that I've seen, this one, he actually feels like a real sadistic villain. Like, he is doing things that are very torturous and mean-spirited, especially when you learn about the lore and why he does what he does. It's just like, wow, this motherfucker really is sick. And I also think the lead actress who plays the magician did a really good job of carrying the movie, because you're really with her the entire time, shared with the Jester. So she really made it believable that these horrible things are happening around her and that she's been dragged into it. So all in all, I really enjoyed myself with this film, and it's going to be another one that I add to my Halloween list that I watch annually, just like the Jester from 2023. And if you have seen the Jester, definitely get us to watch it. And if you have seen the Jester in any capacity, I definitely think that this is a must watch. And I'm also looking forward to a Jester 3 if they do make it, which I feel like they are going to by the way it ended, even though it does make its own story. But the lore here is what makes me want to see more. So I'm all for it. And the last thing I'll say before getting out of here is, like the first movie, this one takes itself very seriously, and I wanted to present that to the folks watching, because you could probably think with a film of this nature, and if you see the Jester, you're expecting it to be a bit comedic, because the kills are over the top and it definitely has camp in here, but totally it's pretty damn serious, and I actually appreciate it for being like that, because it's really easy to go into the realms of satirical and being meta and all this other stuff. But I like that the lore is serious. The actress that you're with is taking this very seriously, and she is in real danger. And this is technically a slasher, just on the supernatural side. And again, slashers usually are looked at to be very satirical. But again, it's not like that, and I appreciate it for it. So I just wanted to put that out there. So if you've seen Jester 2, let me know in the comments what you thought. If you've seen all of them, let me know which one is your favorite. And of course, if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, thank you. And until next time, peace.
RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy. Instead of banking on it, now rapping is just a hobby.